Hi guys, welcome to our team call tonight. I'm so excited to have you guys on the call. Oh my god, that kid is adorable, Michelle. I'm so excited to have you guys on the call tonight and to see all of your beautiful faces. Hi. So listen guys, tonight's team call, we're going to talk about vision. And this is actually supposed to be our business opportunity call night. But the theme of vision has kind of crossed my path twice this past week, so I thought maybe we could kind of shift and focus a little bit on that instead of doing our business opportunity call tonight and kind of move that to maybe next week. So listen, vision. What does that mean? When you hear the word vision, like what does that mean to you? So I was thinking about this yesterday. We did a call with Arnold yesterday, a couple of leaders on the team, and he kind of drilled home that how important your vision was. And then I shared the Summer Tucker video in this team page about vision and how important that is. And that girl, holy moly, if you have not watched that 26-minute video, that will be the most fired up 26 minutes of your life. Like, seriously, unless you've gone skydiving in the last week, it will be the most eventful 26 minutes that you've had in your week, because she drills home everything that I want to say and that other coaches I know have wanted to say for a long time about why you're not successful in your business, or why you're not where you want to be in your business, or why I'm not where I want to be in my business, because it's a lack of vision and a lack of consistency. And so that's kind of what I'm going to theme this call on tonight. I'm going to share some notes from that actual video, but if you haven't watched it, please make sure that you make the time to go watch it, because there's so much good content in there that she shares, and it's a really good dose of real talk. Like, if you've been kind of like in this business and then kind of like out of this business and then sort of shown up one day for this business and then maybe not showing up for 5 days and then maybe decided to show up one other day, like, that's the lack of consistency, right? And so for sorry, Siren just brought in like the loudest toy we own. So in regards to consistency, we want to talk about, what does it take to be consistent, first of all? Well, what does it take to be consistent? In network marketing, do you know the amount of time that it takes for someone to grow a successful network marketing business by being consistent? Anybody? 5 years. Allison's got it. 5 years before someone is considered successful in their consistency and growing a business like this. I haven't even been a coach for 5 years, so I know nobody on this call has. So let's be honest, like, 5 years to truly create something amazing and successful. So why do you think 5 years? I don't know. That's just what they figured out. But think about just the last month. Let's use, I'm like, what month is it? Let's use June. Okay, let's use June. In the month of June, did you show up to this business every single day? You don't, this is rhetorical. You don't have to shake your head, although most of you are. Did you show up to this business the last 30 days? Did you do your workouts every single day? Did you eat on your meal plan every single day? Did you do all of that consistently every single day? Because if there is a no, then you haven't really given this business a fair shake. And I know we're talking about vision tonight, and I told you we're going to talk about vision for your life, but you know what? If you're not consistent first, it doesn't matter what your vision is down at the end of the road. If you don't know the behaviors that are going to get you there, and you don't show up and do the behaviors every day that are going to make that vision happen, right? So maybe, and I tell people this, I used to use this example when I first started as a coach because it was something that I thought was far-fetched, and it's really not. Like, maybe your vision is to have you and your wonderful spouse strolling along the hills of a vineyard in Italy. Maybe that's your vision. That's where you want your life to be. That's what you want to do. That has nothing to do with Beachbody, but Beachbody can be the driver that can help make that happen, right? You showing up every day in your business for 5 years could create financial freedom for your family, could put you guys in a great situation in your marriage, could allow for you guys not to have financial stresses, could allow for you to give back, right? There's so many things that by just showing up every single day, day after day after day after day, can put you 5 years from now on that vineyard enjoying it with your spouse, right? So that's why consistency has to be the first step in whatever your vision is. So you've got to show up. I am so guilty of being one of the most inconsistent people in this business, absolutely possible. So maybe that's happening to you too. Maybe you had a crisis in your life. And you know what happens when crisis happens? Beachbody rolls out, back burner, far on the back burner, right? You have something happen and you're like, you know what, this isn't a priority right now. And I get it, like I do. One of the things that she said in her video, I want to see which note I put it on here. She said, like, that kind of stuff happens. Like, life happens. And you have to remember that still showing up in some way, shape, or form is going to be a part of that consistency. Because remember, at the end of the day, you have this vision that's going to make you want to show up every day. So let's shift into vision and why you want to have your vision and what's important about that. Somebody posted in the Beachbody in the wall today a question that made me really I was like, ooh, I have to ask the team that. So they said that they asked their coaches what their why is. Everybody has their why, their reason that they're doing this, whatever. The reason that they come into this, everybody has their why. Why are you still doing this is my question for you guys. Why are you still sitting here on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock when, I don't know, like maybe I don't know, I don't watch The Bachelor or anything like that, but maybe that's on TV, and that would be so much cooler to be doing right now. Why are you still showing up? There's got to be a reason, and it's got to be because there's a piece of your vision, right? There's something that is keeping you here and keeping you showing up and keeping you wanting to be a part of this because you have a vision just teetering somewhere in your mind that you want to achieve. You want to leave your full-time job. You want to be able to stay at home with your kids. You want to be able to put your kids through college. You want to pay off that house debt. There's a vision. There's something that's making you come to this call tonight. So I want you to think about that. What is your vision? A lot of people have vision or think that they have vision, and then something happens or they fail or something doesn't go the right way, and then their vision changes. And they're like, oh, you know what? Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe I'm going to not do that in my life. But the reality is you hit an obstacle, you hit a wall, because the minute that you actually speak into reality what your vision is or what your goal is or what your dream is, that's when you get, and Summer does it best, that's when you hit that like wall of, hey, every obstacle in your life, it's going to happen right now. And it's going to get in your way, and it's going to ruin your vision, right? It's going to ruin you being successful. So I want you guys to take a second, and I can see all of you, so I want you to take a second, I want you to close your eyes. And I want you to think about 5 years from now, what you're doing, where you're at, what does it look like, who's there, are you debt-free, or do you have calm feelings, is your life where you want it to be, have you paid off all your debt, are you and your spouse doing something amazing? I want you to envision it. Everybody have a picture of something and what that looks like for them. That's part of your vision. Maybe that's Emily's peeking. I love it. I love you guys. But that's what, that right there is, you just started. You just started figuring out what your vision is and what it looks like and how it feels. There was a couple of you smiling while you were envisioning what you were envisioning. That's what we're going for here. That is what this opportunity, by you showing up every day, could create for you. So now I want you to take from this call later that idea and elaborate on it. Maybe get a piece of paper and just write out every feeling, thought, emotion, idea, anything that came to your mind during that time. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't even have to be full sentences. It could just be words. But that's going to help you start to formulate what you have in your future that you see and what you want to work towards and what you want to achieve. You know, there's a lot of consistency in posting SMART goals, right? Measurable, attainable, timely, all that. But there's also something really awesome about seeing the big picture of where you want to be. And I think that if you take that paper tonight and just kind of write out like every idea that you just had. For me, and Mark and I actually just did this before the call because I was curious to see what his vision was, because if you're married, maybe you guys should talk about what your visions are so that they come together at some point in time. But we closed our eyes and we were able to say like where we wanted to be in 5 years and how that felt and what did that look like and why did we want to be there and what was going to make us get there. And we were able to start hammering out like what the plan is for our vision for our family and our life. Listen, on the day that you get 10 no's, because that was my day today, because I am kind of like all in right now and working on this consistency thing, man, I wanted to be like, screw this, like screw it. And then I was like, babe, what do you see our vision and our future looking like? And he shared that with me, and I got this like feeling like those 10 no's, they're irrelevant. Like that doesn't even matter. Like let that just like go through me, keep moving, because at the end of the day, I only need a couple people to say yes and a couple lives to truly change so that we can be closer to our vision and we can be closer to our goal. And you know what? I would much rather get 10 no's every day for the next 5 years and be there than not get that experience, right? So those feelings that you had, those emotions that you had, that place that you want to be, run with that, take that, let that drive you, let that steer you. The thing about that is that a lot of us just have a lack of vision. You know, like, hey, I know that by 30, I'd like to pay off all my debt. Okay, that's something that I know, but I don't really have a plan to get there. I don't have anything set down, laid out, drawn out. I don't know how that feels. I don't know how that looks. I don't know what that involves. I haven't committed to anything out loud. Like, there's a lot that goes into the lack of vision, right? You can say that you want to do this thing, right? I just told you guys I want to be debt-free by 30, which is still over a year away, by the way. But the reality is, if I don't do anything else other than tell you guys I want to be debt-free by 30, I have a lack of vision. I don't have it designed. I don't have it really fully thought through. So if you see yourself in that great place with your spouse or with your family, and you're doing that dream job, or you're doing that cool thing, or you're out of debt, we got to make a plan to get to that vision, right? You've got to actually, there's things that have to happen between now and then. And that is where your driver comes in, so that you aren't just having a lack of vision. It's cool to have an end goal, but it's not really cool to not have directions to get there. So the whole complete vision is all the details. It's not just the end result. So when you create that vision for yourself and for your life, this is where your team comes in, because your team is going to help be a driver to get there. When I told you guys at the end of last year, I'm going to compete in a bikini competition and I'm going to hit top 5. I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to happen. Every one of you watched me do it, right? I shared the journey. I told you about it. I showed up every day. Gosh darn, if I wasn't the most consistent I've ever been in my life with anything. I showed up every single day and did it. And hit my first competition, and guess what? Didn't hit top 5. Oh man, for everyone that experienced that with me, that sucked. But you know what? That was an obstacle. I was hitting that ceiling. I needed to keep staying consistent. I needed to keep picking the pieces and the steps and the goals and the behaviors that were going to help achieve that goal, and just keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And then it happened, right? But I shared about it. I put it out into the universe. I showed you guys the consistent behaviors. I did it for myself, and I achieved the goal. So when we're talking about vision, I want you to think of an example like that. Okay, like now that you have your vision, whatever that's going to look like, you guys are going to figure that out for yourselves, because it's going to look different for every one of you. Who are you going to tell? And where are you going to put that? Like, it's cool for me to say to my husband, I want to be debt-free by 30. And then if I don't tell anyone else, or I don't tell you guys, or I don't really get anyone else to help me stay accountable, it won't happen, right? Like, how many of you have committed to a Beachbody program, posted about it on social media? Heck, I mean, almost everyone in here is doing it right now in our team challenge group. But how many of you have posted that you're going to complete the 21-day fix, and then you share about it every single day? People start watching you do it every single day. You're like, I'm going to complete that workout. I'm going to get these goals. I'm going to achieve this. And people are watching. But you put it out there that you were going to achieve that goal, right? Everybody got to help stay accountable with you because you put it out into the universe. You put it out there and you had to make it happen. Everyone on your Facebook wall was on your train. And if you guys did not watch the Summer Tucker video, I'm going to go right into her train analogy right now, and it's good. And I'm never going to be able to do it the way that she does it. So you guys have to watch it. It's like at about 10 minutes in. But people want to ride your train when they know where your train's going. So if you don't know where your vision is and where your business is going, or where your end result is, who's going to want to ride your train? I wouldn't want to get on a train that we didn't know that destination ending, right? Like, it could be anywhere. People are going to want to ride your train because they see you say, I'm going to finish the 21-day fix, and I'm going to do it every day with my team, our team accountability group, and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make it happen. And people start watching you do it, and they're like, oh, this person, look, they're doing something. Like, they're staying consistent. They're eating healthy. They're being a part of this group. They're drinking their gallon jugs. They're all over Facebook. They're doing these things. Guess what? I want to get in on that. I want to be a part of that. I know what their goal is. They want to finish the 21-day fix. I want to finish the 21-day fix because they're doing it and they're kicking ass doing it. I'm sorry, little ears. They're kicking butt doing it. I want to be a part of that. I want to ride their train because I know where they're going. Their goal is to do this, and I want to be a part of that. So that's for your customers. That's for your clients. What about your coaches on this team, on your downline? If your coaches don't know what your vision is, they're not going to jump on your train. What is our vision for the team this year? To change 500 lives the best way possible, giving our customers and our clients the best experiences possible so that their life gets better. You guys know where we're going, right? We have this wall of 500. I'm kind of annoying about it, and it's totally fine, but we know where we're going. We want to change 500 lives. I want you on my train. I want you to be a part of that. I want you guys to get on my train because you know that the destination is 500 lives by the end of the year. I want you to be on the train because you know where we're going. Your vision in life has to be something that you put out there to your team, to the people around you, so that they get on your train and they know where you're going. That is so important in this business because you cannot be successful as a team Beachbody coach without a team. It's very simple. I can't do anything I do in this business without you guys. You guys can't do anything without your downline and your upline and your crossline and your brothers and sisters and your aunts and uncles and your grandmas and grandpas, like wherever they are in the business. Like, we have to do things together as a team, but you staying consistent and you showing up every day and you saying, like, I know for a fact that Caitlin would like to retire from her job. She would like to finally find a house, and she would like to continue working on their debt and being debt-free. I know that stuff about Caitlin. I, as a coach in Caitlin's downline, know that about her. I know what her goals are. I want to be a part of watching her do that because I know what she wants, and she's very clear about that. And I want to watch her achieve that as a part of her team. Myself, personally, you guys knew, like, my goal was to retire from my full-time job. I did that, and then I didn't have any other goals to share with you guys. So you have no idea where I'm going. And that's from this vision training. That's what I figured out, right? So you have to know what your upline or your downline or whatever their goals are, but you have to know what yours are first when creating your vision because they buy into it, right? I know that if I am someone who wants to retire from my job and get out of debt and buy a house, Caitlin wants to do that too. So why would I not get on her train and watch her do it so then she could teach me how to do it too? Get it? Make sense? You want people on your train that get an idea of where you're going. So that lack of vision is no longer a lack of vision because you've created where you're going. You've created how you're going to get there because remember, it's not a full vision until you've created the steps to achieve it. And you have people that are wanting to get on your train now because they know where we're going. They know that we're going to change lives. They know what we're doing. But you guys, especially as leaders, because we have that's the majority of what's on the call tonight, you guys, you have to create that vision for your team and tell them where we're going. What are we doing? How are we going to change lives this month? Are we going to are we going to make a cardboard wall that we write names on every week and shout out people when they put names on it? That is the silliest idea in the world, right? I really sat and did arts and crafts and made that board. But you know what? How many people a week post, Wall of 500, I have a name for the Wall of 500, I need to put somebody on there. This is a life change. I got this text message. It was the coolest text message I got today because I changed somebody's life, right? You need to know where you're going. The team vision, the personal vision, the vision for your life, what that looks like for your family, where you want to go. Putting it out there to your team, very important. you have to tell your team where you're going. Again, they have to know. So tell your team. I think that we sometimes think people just know, right? A lot of us are really good friends, right? In this business, we've created really good friendships, and I think sometimes you just expect that people know. But right now, Caitlin and Emily are two of my best friends, and I can tell you right now that they have no idea where I'm going because I haven't shared anything about my personal goals because I haven't said any. So make sure that people know where you're going and talk to them about it, okay? That's so important. You have to believe. That's the next step, okay? So we've kind of broke that down. You have to be consistent. You have a lack of vision that you then have to create vision for. You have to believe that this is going to happen. What you speak is the way that your feet move. What you say is where you go. So if you say, I'm going to be debt-free by 30, you got to believe it. Like, sure, it sounds cool. Like, who wouldn't want to be, right? But you have to believe it. You're creating the steps. You have people holding you accountable. You're staying consistent. You have to believe that you've set yourself up for success to actually make that happen. And if you're not somebody that believes in the things that you say, you got to do more personal development. There's no fun way around it because belief, it comes with self-esteem. And if you don't feel confident in who you are and what you're about and where you're going, you're not going to get there. So don't sell yourself short. Go do more PD. There's lots of great books in confidence. There's lots of great books that are going to help you believe that. Because if you have this cool vision and you tell people about it and then you do nothing because you don't believe that you can actually have it, it doesn't matter that you have this cool vision and that you've told people about it, right? It doesn't matter. It's pointless. So you have to believe it. And are you on that mission? Then that you believe your vision, are you on the mission to achieve it? Is everything in your life that you're doing going to help achieve that vision? Everything. What time are you getting up in the morning? Do you get up early so that you can work on your goals a little bit more? Do you get up early so that you can make sure you retire your spouse from that job someday? Do you stay up late so that you can achieve your goals? Are there things that you're doing that are lining up with what's going to make this vision happen? The question that I think is really important here is your team seeing you do these things? Is your team seeing you get up at 4 a.m. when that's like the last thing in the world that you want to do? Is your team seeing you stay consistent in posting all your social media posts for the day? Is your team seeing you talk about personal development? Is your team seeing you do your workout? I know that the best part of this team challenge is the sweaty selfie right now. How many people are held accountable to that? Holy mackerel. Our newsfeed all day is sweaty selfie, sweaty selfie, sweaty selfie, sweaty selfie. Like literally, I get so excited when I see oh, look, there's Allison and her girls. That's so cute. I love it. I love it. I feed off of that. But your team needs to see you doing things consistently so that, guess what? All I did was post one sweaty selfie on day 1. And what is it? Day 9, and I make a collage every night that has at least 30 sweaty selfies in it. On day 9. That's what? Over 270 sweaty selfies from the one that I posted on day 1. Your team has to see you staying consistent. Your team has to see you doing the behaviors that are going to help you achieve your vision. Your team has to see you staying confident in saying and doing what you said you were going to do, right? So, are you brave enough to share this vision with your team, with your spouse, with your friends, with your family? Are you brave enough to share what you're doing and where you want to be and where you want to go? When I told my friends that I was going to retire myself and come home and be a Beachbody coach full time, they laughed at me. They're not really my friends anymore. But I didn't know that at the time. I didn't realize that those relationships weren't positive influences. But you're going to hit resistance. Like the minute that you get really humble and you do this, people around you are going to give you resistance. And you know what? Nobody got to great without dealing with a little bit of criticism in their life. So once you've done all these steps and you're working towards this thing and people are seeing you stay consistent about it, they're going to give you their opinion and they're going to tell you what they think. And oh man, it's going to suck. And sometimes it's going to make you doubt what you're doing. But you have to be humble enough to understand that you can do this. And this isn't about them. This is about you. This is about your journey. This is your vision. And anytime that you run into criticism or negativity along your journey, I want you to do what we just did at the beginning of this call. Close your eyes, envision that vision that you have for your life. See it, feel it, taste it, touch it, all of the emotions that you can put into it. And remember that at the end of the day, your goal is that vision. You want to be there. You want to see it. I would encourage you, especially if you're a more Miracle Morning-er, I don't know how to say that. You do the savers from Miracle Morning. You take time and envision each morning when you get up, like just take a few minutes, experience that, see it, feel it, know what that vision's like so that you know what? Every day you're getting a taste of it, because guess what? When you create that vision for your life and you stay consistent and you show up and you stay humble and you tell people about it, guess what happens? It happens. You get there, and then you get to create new vision for your life. So make sure that you're taking that time to just see what it looks like, see how it feels. It feels good to be debt-free, right? You're not stressed anymore. You're not arguing with your spouse every day about how we're going to pay the bills. You see these things. You feel them. You go through the emotions. That's what this is about, guys. Showing up every day for your business, this little stuff is like just minor. Like doing a workout, drinking a shake, talking to 5 people. Like that is nothing. Like seriously, that's nothing. To have what you envision, right? That's nothing. To have everything that you wanted in your life and everything that you want to work for and everything that you want to achieve. It's so simple. I think about all of the hard things that I've actually had to do in work before, right? As a social worker, there was a lot of hard things. I know the other social workers on the call can agree with me. What we do in Beachbody, it's easy. It's really, truly easy compared to what a police officer has to deal with every day. What we have to do as Beachbody coaches, it's easy. And we can show up and do it every single day because we have a vision for our life that is so strong, a conviction so strong about that vision that we're going to do it. And we're going to do it really, really well because we want that end result. We want to take that police officer off the street so that he doesn't have to deal with the crazy things that are going on in the world today. That conviction has to be so strong that the 10 no's only make me want to get 10 more because that's what grows this business, and that's being consistent, and that's connecting with people so that I can grow that dream and that vision for our family. So I want you guys to really think about this tonight. Take some time. One of the things that I know would be beneficial for me when creating this vision is to go just to go sit up, like Emily, this is a perfect example for you. Just go sit on the beach for a day and really envision, like, where do I want to be? What do I want to do? What do I want this to look like? How do I want my life to feel? How do I want our life, because usually it's with a spouse, how do I want our life to look? Take that time and do that for yourself so that you know where you're going and you know what you're working towards, and you know that on a bad day or a life issue or a life obstacle, you're still going to show up and you're still going to stay consistent because those easy things that we have to do are so worth getting to that vision at the end and getting to where that train is going, right? So keep in mind the thing that she said, and I really love this at the end, she really talked about staying humble about this, realizing that you're the only person that can do this for yourself, and that you showing up every day and doing this is going to be the domino effect that's going to show other people they can do it too, right? So your downline, they're watching you. Like, they want to know what you're doing. They want to be a part of whatever it is. They want to see you be successful because if you're successful, they know you. And that is an emotional bond. So they then feel like, well, if Jenna could do it, and I know her, and we're good friends, and I see what she does, I could do this in our life too. And oh my gosh, if we could have that vision that we have at the end of where our train's going, like, that could change our life. Like, that would be amazing. But you guys have to be humble enough to show up every day, to do the easy things, to create your own vision so other people want to do that too. And you know what happens when other people on your team want to do that too? Everybody grows. Everybody gets better. And everybody at the end of the day gets closer to their vision. instead of going backwards one step because they're not sure where they're going, right? John Addison said at our leadership event that there's no coasting. You're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. It's very simple. So your vision is something that should, in every case, be moving you forward every day. Your training should be moving forward every day. Showing up, drinking your shake, doing your workout, doing your PD, posting on social media, talking to new people every day. Every day. Train's moving forward every single day because you have a vision and you have something that's more powerful than anything else, that conviction of where you want to be in your life. And I truly believe, and this is very much to your own personal preference, but I truly believe that God has that vision already planned out for you. You just have to be quiet enough and calm the chatter enough so that you can hear where it is and where you're going and where your train needs to go. So I want you guys to really take this seriously. Do this for yourself. I found this great quote that I want to share with you guys. It says, "Vision without action is merely a dream. Action without vision is just passing the time. And vision with action can change your world." So you have to create the action that goes along with this vision. And you have to make your vision so clear that your fears become irrelevant. You're going to run into a lot of fears along this journey. That's where we come in. Hey, Fit Family. We're here to help you get through anything that you need, any fears that you have. A fear of success is a really big one. People don't even realize they have that fear. But it's a huge, huge one in this business. And if you show up every day, consistently doing everything that you're supposed to do to be successful here, you're going to get success. It's going to happen. How many of you have shown up the majority of the time for your workouts and you're in better shape now than you were when you started on day one? Everybody on this call, right? Mark's raising his hand too. Everybody on this call, right? If you show up every day for this and you keep staying consistent, it's going to be just like your body. It's going to get better. It's going to feel better. Everything is going to be better. But you have to stay consistent and create that vision so that you know every day what you're showing up for and why you're showing up. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. I hope that this was helpful and just getting you refocused, giving you an idea of what you want, why you want it, why you showed up on this call tonight so that you have that end result and you can get to where your train is going. I appreciate every one of you. I'm grateful that you took the time tonight to invest in yourself and your business, and I can't wait to hear your visions and hear you guys proclaiming what's happening in your life and where your trains are going. So have a great night, guys. Remember that it is never too late to be remarkable, and you are stronger every day. Have a great night, guys.